Hi. If you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you've asked yourself one uncomfortable question. Will I actually have enough money to retire with confidence? Not just retire on paper, not just hit some random corpus number, but truly retire with enough money to protect your lifestyle, beat inflation, survive market cycles, and still sleep peacefully at night. There comes a point in life when you stop asking, how much money can I make? And start asking a much more important question. Will my money actually be able to take care of me when I no longer decide to work? Tell every entrepreneur and family do retirement planning. And yet, most people have no idea whether the retirement plan that they are following today will actually work. That's exactly why I built this retirement calculator. But before I show it to you, let me tell you why this topic is so important to me. I've spent more than 20 years investing, studying businesses, reading financial statements, and understanding how wealth is built over a longer period of time. Numbers have always fascinated me. Professionally, I've spent my career working in big tech, which has given me a front row seat to some of the most important technology shifts of our generation. And today I believe we are living through another one. Artificial intelligence. In my view, AI represents one of the most significant wealth creation opportunities of the next decade. It's a trend I've been investing behind successfully and one that has fundamentally shaped how I think about the future. But this channel isn't about me. It's about building a community of thoughtful investors, people who understand businesses, people who want to prepare for retirement intelligently, people who want to learn how technology and AI are reshaping the world around us. And whether you're just starting your investing journey or you're already planning for retirement, welcome to the channel. Let's begin by answering one simple question. Will your money actually last longer than you? Today I will show you the biggest retirement mistakes I see people make. Then I will walk you through a retirement calculator I built to help solve these problems. And finally, I will share the investment philosophy that drives my own retirement strategy. So let's get started. When I speak with friends, colleagues, and family members about retirement, I consistently see the same mistakes being repeated again. People chase arbitrary corpus targets. People underestimate inflation. People assume perfect investment returns. People ignore longevity risks, and most importantly, they never stress test their assumptions. The scary thing is that none of these mistakes create immediate pain for them, and the damage can reveal years or decades later. And by then the damage is done. It's extremely difficult to recover from it. One of the most common questions people ask: how much money do I need for retirement? 1 crore, a million US dollars, 5 crores, 10 crores. In my opinion, that's the wrong question to ask. Retirement is not about accumulating a giant number at all. It's about generating income. The question should be, what monthly lifestyle do I want to support when I stop working? Once you know the answer to that, you can start building a realistic retirement plan. Inflation is the silent enemy. This is where many retirement plans quietly breaks. People often assume that today's expensive will somehow remain tomorrow's expensive as well. Unfortunately, that's not how the world works. Food becomes more expensive. Healthcare becomes more expensive. It's got a far superior inflation rate than regular inflation. Naturally, insurance to cover that healthcare cost becomes expensive. Travel becomes more expensive. Life in general becomes more expensive. A small change in inflation assumptions today can create a huge difference 20 or 30 years from now. That's why I consider inflation one of the most important variables in retirement planning. Markets do not move in a straight line. Another common mistake is assuming predictable investment returns forever. Markets simply do not work that way. Some years you get incredible returns. Some years are disappointing. Some periods create enormous wealth. Other periods test your patience. A retirement plan should not depend on everything going perfectly. It should be strong enough to survive uncertainty. That mindset has shaped how I think about investing for many years now. In my opinion, one of the biggest retirement risks is actually a positive problem: living longer. Many people create plans that last until the age of 75. Some extend to the age of 80. But what if you live until 90 or 95 or beyond? Modern healthcare continues to improve, and so life expectancy keeps increasing. And that means retirement planning isn't just about reaching retirement, it's about funding decades of life after retirement. So, what's unique about this calculator? After looking at numerous retirement calculators over years, I realized something. Most calculators give you an answer. Few calculators help you think. I wanted a calculator that allowed me to quickly test assumptions, a calculator that helped me understand cause and effect. What happens if inflation is higher? What happens if returns are lower? What happens if retirement comes earlier? What happens if I live longer? Because retirement planning isn't just predicting the future, it's about preparing for multiple futures. Let me show you the real thing. If you go to tinyurl.com/smart-retirement-calc, it takes you to my retirement calculator. The first thing you do here is pick your currency. Because I'm from India, let me say Indian rupee. Next, it wants you to key in your age. As an example, let me key in 44. And when do I plan on retiring? Let me say 55. And then the expected lifespan. If you're unsure of any inputs here, hover your mouse on the eye icon and it explains the input value is expecting in there. This calculator continues projecting your financial position until this age. Let me say 90. What is my current savings till date? Let me put in a number in there. And how much money do I save per month? Let me say 100,000 Indian rupee. Now the next field is increasing in savings annually. This is basically step-up investment. So as you save more, you earn more. You also want to allocate more money. So how much more do you want to step it up every year? I would want to go with 5% at least. And what's the return I expect on this investment that I'm doing? Let me go with 12. Do you have capital gains where you live? For me, it is 12.5%, so I'll say 12.5. And what's my current monthly expenses? So how do I spend per month today? Let me put in a number in there. And what is the household inflation rate? In India, I would want to go with 7. For developed markets, it's going to be slightly less than that. As you key in these values, you would see that it starts generating some output. Let me show you that. If you scroll down, it actually shows you some numbers. It shows you your retirement corpus. If it's green, it means you're good. And then it shows you your withdrawal rate per month, and what it results to be per annum. And finally, it will be able to show you if you would be able to pass on some inheritance to your family and whether these funds, this plan is going to run out of funds before you die. If you scroll down further, it generates a beautiful chart that shows you your corpus value when you retire and how the corpus is growing by the time you turn 90. And if you scroll down further, you see a schedule breakdown in terms of the contributions that you make to your corpus. And by the time you retire, the withdrawals that's going to happen from within the corpus. You also see the assigned percentage value to the corpus. And you see in my case, the withdrawal percentage keeps going down. And so finally, it explains you the calculation as to how much wealth you'll be able to pass on to your family. Here's a quick simulation for our American viewers. If your current savings when you are 44 is 300,000 and you plan to retire by 60 and you currently save $5,000 a month, you want to step it up by 2.5% per year, and the return on investment you expect around 12% with the capital gains of 15%, while your current monthly expenses are $7,000 and the inflation is 5.5%. You see that it does a beautiful simulation for you. You have your retirement corpus here. and then your withdrawals, and there would be some legacy you'll be able to pass it on to your children. Down below, you have a beautiful curve, a chart that shows you that this corpus will sustain you for the rest of your life. And then these breakdowns, as I showed you before. Please go ahead and test out the retirement. Again, the short URL is tinyurl.com/smart-retirement-calc. It is completely free. And I will also leave in a link below in the chat so that you can actually pick up the URL from there. Now, let me talk a little bit about my investing philosophy. Every investment plan ultimately depends on an investment strategy. And my own strategy has become increasingly focused on one theme: AI. When I look at the next 10, 20, or even 30 years, I see AI transforming almost every major industry. I see businesses becoming more productive, software becoming more intelligent, and infrastructure becoming more valuable. As a result, I believe that many of the most compelling long-term wealth creation opportunities will actually come from leading technology businesses that are helping build this future. That belief has had a major impact on how I invest today. I've been very fortunate. I've had a beautiful investing journey so far. I've invested in companies that I'm genuinely proud to own, companies that are changing industries, companies that are solving difficult problems, companies that are shaping the future. And while that journey has been rewarding financially, it has also been rewarding intellectually. Over time, I realized something. I really enjoy sharing what I'm learning. I enjoy discussing ideas, analyzing businesses, enjoy talking about the future. And that's exactly why this channel exists. I want to build a community, not around hype or speculation, not around chasing the latest stock tips, but around thoughtful investing, long-term wealth creation, retirement planning, and understanding how technology and AI are shaping the future. Before we wrap up, I want to be very clear. I'm not a certified financial planner or registered investment advisor. I'm not a professional analyst. Everything I share here represents my personal opinion, my personal research, and my investing philosophy. Please use this information wisely and use it as a starting point for your own research. Ultimately, every investment decision should be based on your personal financial circumstances, goal, and risk tolerance. If you've made it this far, thank you very much. Because what I've shared today is much bigger than a retirement calculator. It is really about a mindset focused on long-term thinking, long-term innovation, mindset focused on building wealth patiently over decades. If those ideas resonate with you, if you're interested in retirement planning, if you're interested in AI investments, you are interested in understanding how technology is creating the next generation of investment opportunities, then I would love for you to join me. Consider liking this video, consider subscribing to the channel, and become a part of the smart tech investing community. Because the next phase of this journey isn't just about me anymore. It's about building a community of people who want to learn, invest, grow, and navigate the future together. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.